Hi everyone, so I'm gonna make a little walk around video on my 95 Honda Passport, what mods it currently has. I'll try to show up everything as good as I can. So we got it back in 2013. It was a two-wheel drive, but previous owners swapped in a 2.2 liter diesel engine from an Isuzu Pop, and it came with an MSJ5 four-wheel drive transmission. So it had the transfer case in there, but it didn't have the front axle. So technically it was still two-wheel drive. Now in 2015, as I was starting to go to college and everything, I needed a vehicle to be my daily driver. So I actually got this 99 Grand Vitara, and I used it for like 6 months or so until I realized all the potential that the Passport had. So I traded it with my mom, and I found a 93 Rodeo, and I took front and rear axles with 14 gears and open diffs, no limited slip in the rear or anything, and swapped it in there. And so it was a four-wheel drive, but 14 gears, it was super slow, It didn't have any power to go any hills or anything, even low range. It was really pathetic. So I installed a turbocharger from a Hyundai H1, I think, with a 2.5 turbo diesel engine. So I boosted the engine up and added an intercooler, and my power went up. Now I could go up hills, anything. So then I installed the 33s in there, and so that's just a little history on what I've done, so you can currently see what I'm running. Up front, I have a tube bumper, custom tube bumper. And a 12,000 pound Badland winch in here. It's real nice. Has saved me a couple of times when I'm stuck. Now here at the front, I re-geared to 4.56 gears, and I installed an Aussie lunchbox locker that I got from Classic City Overland. He sells a ton of Isuzu accessories, so if you want something, definitely you should contact him and he'll get you what you need. I have a diff drop in front, so that my CV axles are fine with the lift. Now there's the thing about my front suspension. I have the narrow suspension that Isuzu used in pre-96 rodeos, so I have the super short control arms, and you might even see it in the space between the two CV boots. They're pretty much one against each other. So the problem with that is that you can run over 2 inches of lift without having issues with upper control arm bushings and with the tie rods. As you can see, I even blew this tie rod boot, so thinking about doing a white track swap from a second gen Trooper, but that's to come in the future. I'm running Ultra Nitro shocks here in the front. They're really nice. I also have a bulge and flip and spacer to get a little bit more down travel and correct my alignment setups, and a low profile bump stop. That's pretty much everything here at the front. Now back here, what I actually did, I had to notch the cross member. Looks like this bolt got loose. Have to tighten that so that the diff can fit with the diff drop. It has been working fine. Now for the lift, I didn't just crank the torsion bars, actually re-indexed them so that it has less preload on it and it rides a lot better than just cranking them up. With the transmission, I actually installed one from a 2.6. So this is an MUA5 transmission, and the reason why I did this swap was because of the low range ratio. The MSJ5 low range is only 1.85 to 1. It was really bad. So with this transmission I actually get a 2.28 to 1 from stock, which is a lot better. And I also have a hydraulic clutch. Now I know rodeos came stock with a hydro clutch, but the MSJ5 transmission that previous owner swapped in was a cable driven clutch, and I really didn't like it at all. Now I had to modify a little bit the bell housing. I don't know if you can see right there, because gas transmissions and diesels use a different bolt pattern in the bell housing, but it works and it's really cool. Now back there, here's the next best thing. I swapped a 12-bolt rear axle from a 94 Trooper, but I swapped the rear suspension as well. So I'm running a 3-link rear suspension with triangulated shocks. As you can see, here are the coils. I have coil retainers, and I welded that tube right there to act as a spring retainers, because I actually dislocate my coils at full flex. I had to make the brackets for the lower links, you might see right there, right here, the cross member for the upper link, and I also made a cross member for the coils. So there it is, everything. Now this axle I also have, well, obviously I also have the 4.56 gears, but it also has unlimited slip, so it's really awesome. The limited slip with the front locker works absolutely amazing. Now when I got this axle, both rear seals were leaking badly, and I was like, oh, it's no big deal, just swap new seals into it and call it good. And this side worked, but as you can see, that side, it's still leaking really bad. Look at the tires, completely wet in oil. Now I've already replaced that seal like 5 times, it's still leaking, so then I have to check what's going on, if the housing is cracked or something bent in there. Yeah, that's really bad. I'll show you how it looks from the back. So there it is, coils in there, track bar, lower links, and this thing flexes like mad, you know. It's really awesome. You can see there the limited slip tag. So, oh, I forgot to mention, because of how the engine is mounted in the frame, when I swapped the transmission I had to install a 1.5-inch body lift, because otherwise the transmission just wouldn't fit in there, and I couldn't mess around with the engine mounts, because otherwise the oil pan starts to give me issues with the steering linkage. It was easier to just lift the body, and it worked very well. And I'll show you around the engine, show you how it looks like. Just so here it is, 2.2 liter diesel engine with the turbo. You can see the turbo right there, and the intercooler. running 12 psi of boost, and it seems to like it. I had to play with the injection timing and the fuel. I forgot how is this little bolt called, but the bolt that regulates how much fuel you're actually injecting into the engine, so that I could get as much power as I could out of it. Now, because of the inner cooler, I cut my hood, and I have a hood scoop, so it's completely functional and everything. And the next thing here under the hood is the alternator. I installed this alternator because the main one was only like 45 amp or something like that. This one is 110 amp, so it's a lot better. Now I have a custom-made snorkel out of PVC pipe, as you can see right there. And it works, it also works. As you can see, here is the piping into the turbo. Yeah, it all works. It's really nice. Now here in the front, I also have these AC manual locking hubs, which are really awesome. I ran the auto hubs for a long time, but when I installed the 33s, they would start clunking and engaging and disengaging, and they just didn't work fine. See, my tires are 33s by 1250, I'm sorry, R15. All the way around. Yeah. Here's a little emblem that I did. Looks really cool. What else? I'll show you the interior now. Right here I have a boost gauge. I had an auxiliary temp gauge, but it just stopped working, so I still have this little cable thing that I'm gonna use as a guide when I install a new one. That's why I have it right there. Now it has 230, almost 31,000 miles, but pretty much anything in the rodeo is stock. The engine is not the stock engine, the transmission is not the stock transmission, the axles, everything has been swapped out, so pretty much only the body has that mileage. And here I have my switches for my auxiliary lights, the little light bar at the front. This is for the glow plugs. I actually want to use the glow plugs manually because I made a controller so they work automatically. Here I have a voltmeter. It's not like visible. There you go. This is for my high idle, fast idle switch. Now I have manual windows and manual locks, but I installed these Amazon keyless entry system. See? Here the remote, it works and everything. Here I have this radio that we use with my 4-wheel drive group. I also have this CB radio. Here I have a Pioneer stereo. This is for my CB. This is kind of loudspeaker, something like that. I also added a cup holder in there. Here I installed this LED light. And I also installed these buckets in here. I can actually have some stuff in there, such as my tire pressure gauge, some lights. On the other side I have my winch remote. Now it originally came with a bench seat. I didn't like it, it was really bad. So these seats are from a 2000 Mazda Protege, and of course they needed some work so that they would bolt in here, but I really like them. They have some nice support and they are reasonably comfortable. And by doing that, I had the chance to use the center console from a 2008 Honda Civic. So I have two cup holders in here, and I have some storage space in here. Now I'm just getting some gloves, and you can see here I have a 12-volt outlet, and it's completely functional. It works. And I also carry my flashlight in here. Currently don't have it. Just mount it in here and call it good. Yeah, that's the front. Now for the rear. Oh, now on my driver's door, I actually mounted a foldable shovel, machete, and a knife, a little sharp knife that I use for a lot of things, you know. Real cool. That's it. This tarp, I use it for my DIY awning. It's really nice. Right now I just have some tools in here in my tire repair kit because I actually messed up with my front tire, so I had to fix it. And a first aid kit right there. I also mounted these like pockets that I had at the front, but I have more in here. I currently don't have much in there, but I use it to hold raincoat, some spare clothes, a lot of stuff, and it's really useful. Right now I just have a cap in here, as you can actually see. Not much else in here. Now at the back. I have these speakers. Now I mounted them right there because this rodeo, since it's the base model, didn't have any space for the rear speakers, so that works. And I have my chairs, a strap, these balls I use for my awning, and toolbox, and this small ammo can. I just have my jumper cables. Now I'm gonna build a drawer setup for the rear. I gotta decide what I'm gonna do with camping and everything first, because I don't know if I want a rooftop tent or if I'm gonna build a bed platform here in the rear so that I can sleep in the truck. I still gotta decide what I'm gonna do. Now as you can see, this air hose is because I have an air compressor in here. Show it to you right now. There you go. Now I added this 12 volt outlet here, this cover, so this is where I currently plug my compressor, but I'm gonna run its own wiring so that I don't have to plug it in there to use it. And in here I just have some spares, you know, filter, some belts, some spare tie rods, stuff like that. Just let me put everything back in here. Full size spare tire. Here's my CV antenna. Now I'm running a small roof rack, you know, it's really tiny, you can actually see. I mean, it gets the job done, but it's not what I want, so thinking about installing a bigger one. here I have these backup lights that are bolted to this fiber core right here. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and I actually welded some this little bracket case so that I could run some D-ring shackles in there, both sides. Yeah, here is my locker brand and the guy that I told you that I got it from. Sorry, so I guess that some of you might actually want to hear the engine running, so right now my glow plug system is not working right, so I'm gonna do it manually. Give it some glow. There's the O2 light, that is my glow plugs light. There she is. It's really, well, not really, but kind of loud. Yes. Very calm. I don't have any mufflers or anything, so it's just straight to my head. You can definitely hear the turbo whistling on the wheel. I think it has some radio circuits. That's everything. Just give you one last outside shot. It looks really good, you know. I just love it so much. So yeah, this is the video.